Welcome back to the Athlete Network. My name is Kurt Simic. I'm joined here by Khisha Asubuhi, not only an Indiana University basketball alum, but a successful award-winning entrepreneur. We'd like to hear what your journey was, why IU, and kind of what you're up to now. So welcome. Glad to be with you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
Tell us about why you're here. We're actually at the Graduate Hotel on the eve of the women's basketball first round matchup with Tennessee Tech, Indiana and Tennessee Tech. It's the 17th of March, St. Patrick's Day, and you're here doing business actually.
I am. So I'm very honored. You know, the Graduate Hotel allowed us to set up a pop-up shop here. So 2 years ago, I received Indiana University licensing. And the first thing I wanted to do was create IU women's basketball gear. Of course, other Indiana gear as well, but I just wanted to make sure that, there was no gear back when I was in school a long time ago. But, they still have that issue. Well, they had that issue before we started making the gear.
And of course, let's see, we are, in fact, in the Tennessee Tech team hotel at the Graduate here. It just has so happened that way. And we've almost sold some to the athletic director as well. I think he's going to come back and buy some. But tell us about Originalitees is, I believe, over a decade old now. Tell us about how that came to be and even how you transitioned from IU into that business.
Yeah, so actually, I created Originalities 13 years ago. And I came up with the idea because, one, I was tired of shrunken shirts. I'm sitting right here next to Kurt. He's tall, but I'm 5'11", so I was tired of shrunken shirts. I know you know what I mean. So I feel like I had some pretty good ideas to put on some shirts, and that kind of birthed the idea. And, I live in Ohio, so we started off creating a lot of Ohio Pride shirts. A lot of people sleep on Ohio, so, started with some Ohio shirts and have branched out since then. I have some Indiana born and raised and a lot of Indiana University merch as well.
Was your degree in some sort of business or marketing or anything from IU? What was your degree?
It wasn't. So I got a general studies degree with a minor in sociology. So I have no technical background with it, but, just like everything else, you learn as you go.
We also have a couple other projects you've been very successful in the Cincinnati area. Tell us about those.
Yeah, so we work with MLS, and we created some FC Cincinnati shirts, which is the team there. And we've also worked with the Cincinnati Reds. We've worked with the Free Store Food Bank. There's a number of different organizations that we've worked with and, have some more coming down the pipe. So very excited about that and all about strategic partnerships.
Oh, very nice. An entrepreneur in every sense.
Yeah.
Tell us about your journey. What brought you to IU? And you had some great success on a historic team at IU. How was that for you?
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. So actually, back then, I was so I transferred in from Cincinnati State. My first year, I was at Ohio University, and at that time, there was no transfer portal. I went to a junior college so I can get re-recruited all over again at Cincinnati State, and then I came to Indiana, one of 5 schools. I got other offers, but my top 5 were Missouri, Clemson, Michigan State. Actually, those were my top 4. Actually, and Indiana. In Indiana, what I liked about it is one of the things that Kathy Bennett sold me on is did I want to be a part of history. So, of course, I wanted to be a part of history. Indiana, I'm originally from Columbus, so people were like, what? You didn't go to Ohio State? And I'm like, yeah, I didn't go to Ohio State. But we kept beating Ohio State, so, I'm just saying. Not saying that I lost to them, but anyway. But yeah, it's been a fun experience, and I came here on a visit and connected very well with the team. And, have been a part of Indiana. I've been a part of Indiana ever since, so have come back for different games, alumni days, and just try to get back any way I can.
And you were talking before this about your championship run and that special team. Tell us a little bit about the makeup of that team, not only Coach Bennett, but others as well.
Yeah, so we actually won the Big Ten tournament while I was here. If you would have looked at our record, you may not have expected us to win the Big Ten tournament. Our coach actually got in a car accident and broke her neck while I was here, so it was crazy. It was nuts. and like our heads weren't really in the game right away. We had to play Purdue the next game, and we got crushed. But it's okay because we played them again in the Big Ten tournament, and we won out. So then when you win the Big Ten tournament, then you automatically get a bye, or not a bye. You automatically go to the NCAA tournament. So we went there. End up playing TCU the very first game, and although we lost that game, it was the first time that I think no other Big Ten team, women's team, had won the Big Ten tournament. So I think the '83 team won the Big Ten, but I'm not quite sure that they won the Big Ten tournament. But again, she asked me, did I want to be a part of history, and we made some history while I was here. So it's good to see a banner. I'm ready to see some NCAA championship banners. Like, just to see this team right now, like, it's just so amazing, and it's such a good feeling. I never thought I would be a pioneer, but here it is. Like, they're doing good things. To see the stadiums filled up, like, that's nuts. Like, this is women's basketball. Like, you used to see that for men's games, but to see it for women's games, it means a lot, just for the alumni. And I'm sure, like, the girls on the team, it has to be nuts. Like, it's crazy.
You've been back many, many times at reunions and whatnot. We've seen you a lot. What's your impression of the state of the current program? You've seen it come up now that we're setting records in attendance, almost doubled our average attendance from last year. What are the key differences? Are there some where you're just like, man, I can't believe this is happening, or can you see some commonalities in culture, or what's your impression of this current program?
It's amazing on all senses, So, like, let's start from attendance. Like, the attendance is nuts. Like, sold out. Like, where does that happen? Like, has any women's team in Indiana sold out of a women's game? Like, not that I'm aware of, But like, Terry Morin is the best thing that's happened to Indiana women's basketball. Like, she brings some energy. She brings a great system, great assistant coaches. The people on the team are super exciting, and they buy into what it is she believes in, and the support. So let's talk about the support. A lot of people don't talk about, like, the marketing team, the athletic director, all the support that they get that may not show up on the roster. Like, that's huge. I live in Cincinnati, and I have not seen that type of support there in women's basketball, but here we got it. Like, they really understand women's basketball, and they really understand basketball here in Bloomington.
And it's amazing. Sometimes you have parts of those factors present, and it seems like right now we've established, and it's clicking on all cylinders now, and that's really neat to see. Question: Who is your most memorable teammate, and why?
I'm gonna go with Jamie Gathing.
Okay.
If you met Jamie, she has a big ball of energy. Jamie was like 5th, 6th year. I don't know. Unfortunately she kept getting injured, but so she had a couple of injury years. But I think she's been here for 6 years. I think she got a master's degree, probably. Maybe going towards her doctorate. Like,
some of us take our time through school.
I mean, but like, her energy, and she used to, have the little pom poms like the cheerleaders. Make sure that we are ready to go for the games, exciting, and she's the same way today. Like, the cool thing is she still works for the university. She works at the business school, and like, I can't imagine where our team would be without Jamie. Like, I can't, like, I want to give this new team a Jamie. I would like to see, like, what they do with a Jamie on their team. But she was great and gave us a lot of energy. We all became cheerleaders somehow. I don't know. Well, she's contagious.
Everybody needs one. And one of the things about the alumni for this women's basketball group, they've stuck together. You have the '83 champions. You have the 2003 champions. You have and pre-Title IX student athletes who all come back, and all for the same reason, the fact that it's Indiana. Let's go back to the beginning, and really quickly we'll close with this. Why Indiana?
Why Indiana? I'm going to ask, why not Indiana? Why not? I mean, it's an amazing place to be. It's an amazing place to, like, go to school. like even if I wasn't a student athlete, this is so clean and it's a perfect place.
Can't get
Why not
much better than
Indiana?
that. It's a great question. I think we need a T-shirt next time.
Why not Indiana? Yes.
Keisha, thanks so much for being with us, and best of luck with all this. And you're going to sell some tomorrow before the game, and maybe all through March, all the way to Dallas, maybe, knock on wood.
Let's do it. Yes.
Appreciate it. Keisha, thank you very much.
Thank you.